Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and it's a long overdue welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione. I last played ACC about 2 months ago now, but with the break in the iRacing schedule this week, I thought what better time to jump back in and give the online multiplayer another try. Now, I haven't registered with any legal community for this race. I've just fired up the game, opened up the public lobbies and looked for something that caught my eye. So here we are in the GT3 class at Spa. It's a combination I know well from other sims, and the 15-minute qualifying session had just started when I opened up the lobby, so I hopped right in and did a few laps just to try and familiarise myself again with the physics and handling of ACC. But as you can see here, Eau Rouge caught me right out and I crashed out big time. That was my first attempt at trying to take it in 5th gear, and it didn't end well. I just got too much of that inside curb and it sent the Ferrari into a high-speed spin. So there's definitely a little bit more work that needs to be done to be able to get through that section more quickly, and it's really affecting my lap times. In qualifying I did a 2:26.5, so as you can see it's only good enough for 16th on the grid. And I'll certainly have to take it a little bit easier through Eau Rouge on those opening few laps. I really don't want to repeat that incident when there's other cars around me, because that will end in chaos. But hopefully, as we get a few more laps under our belt, we should start to build some confidence, find a few faster lines, and hopefully see those lap times start to come down and be a bit more competitive. So without further ado, let's get over to the grid and see how we get on. So the first thing I need to get my head around in ACC is this rolling start system, because it really confused me when I did my first 2 online races a couple of months ago. Collisions are disabled until the lights go green, and the cars around you just seem to ghost straight through you at will, and I found it really distracting. So I did a bit of research online, and it was recommended just to ignore all the cars around you and focus solely on that HUD and keep it within the green zone. And as you can see there, I just get a bit ahead of myself, and already we're ghosting into the back of the car in front. So we just need to ease back a bit, stay within that green zone, and hopefully we'll get a clean start. Oh, and a speeding warning too. I've not got a limiter on. Hopefully we slow down in time. I don't want to drive through penalty already. But the lights go green, so we're underway. Heading towards Eau Rouge for the first time. I've got cars to the left of me, so I'm just going to try and hold my line on the inside here. And someone's kicked up a cloud of dust already. Has there been a crash? Oh, there has been, and it's right in front of me, and we have to bail out there onto the runoff area, take avoiding action, just so we didn't get collected. But boy, that was close. We got really lucky there. I mean, we've lost a lot of speed on the Kemmel Straight, and we've given away a few positions, and we might lose another one here. There's a car having a look up the inside. Is he going to make the move? I'll give him a little bit of space, but it looks like he's thought better of it. Oh, and there's another car on the grass. Is he going to rejoin? Oh, and another spin right in front of me that I very nearly didn't see. Oh, we've got lucky again there. That's a second close shave. Somehow we missed that car on the racing line. My attention was caught by the car that was on the grass, and I very nearly didn't see that car that had spun right in front of me. I don't know how we missed him. But after all that, we're back into 16th, and that's where we started on the grid. So let's hope things settle down a bit, because that was a chaotic first half a lap. But we've got someone running a bit wide. Is he going to spin back in? Oh, he's taken out the car in front. And for the 3rd time, we've got to take evasive action. And somehow as well, Counts behind me avoided me. He was right on my tail. And I'm surprised he didn't hit me again. We've got so lucky there. This luck can't go on. Well, we're up to 14th, and there's more dust clouds being kicked up ahead. And it looks like the McLaren's run a bit wide, so that might give us a chance to get 13th if I can dash up on the inside. It's tight, but I've just about made it stick. Well, there's another car on the inside as well there who's spun off, so we're up to 12th. Oh, and it's all kicking off in my rearview mirror. We've lost one of the 3 cars that's chasing me. The other 2 are on the inside, and they both come through. Oh, there was no space there, and there's contact in front of the McLaren's off again. He's into the wall. Is he going to rejoin, though? He might hit me. Oh, he's just missed me, but he's gone off on the other side of the track now. Oh, we've got 18 more minutes of this yet. Somebody get me a beer. So where on earth are we? At the end of lap 1, 13th according to the leaderboard. I've lost complete track in all that carnage. But what a first lap. It's got to settle down now, surely. We've got a little bit of a gap both in front and behind us, and I'm quite grateful of it. I really don't know how we're still running in this race with no damage. 4 incredibly close shaves that we were so lucky to escape unscathed from. Oh, and look at the speed of Zin in my rearview mirror. He's come tearing through Eau Rouge and Radillon. He's left me for dead. And another car too coming through. That's Christie by the looks of things on the inside. I really lost a lot of speed through that section. After that big crash there in qualifying, I've been shifting down into 4th for my entrance to Eau Rouge, and I know that's too slow. I know it's going to cost me a lot of speed on the exit and down the Kemmel Straight. But just while I'm building up a bit of confidence, I need that extra bit of stability through the corners. Maybe in a couple of laps' time, we can get a bit braver and try it in 5th. And hopefully carry a lot more exit speed onto that long straight, because you saw just then I got really beaten up. But we're going to try and stick with these guys, Zin and Christie. And Zin got a little bit out of shape there, just took a bit too much of the curb on the entry into Buhon. Well, it hasn't seemed to have affected him too much, but we are right with him, so let's try and stay on his tail as we get even closer into this right-hander. We've got a bit more company though. Johansson has come out of nowhere from behind, so he's obviously got a bit of pace. We're going to have to be wary of that, and he might have a look up the inside now. He thinks better of it. Oh, but I've missed the apex completely there and run it wide on exit, so that'll give him another sniff up the inside. He had a look, but again, he's just sat back. Right, with me sitting in 15th, let's take a quick break from the live action and go back and check out the replay of an absolutely outstanding first lap at Spa. We'll start with the lights going green and that charge down the hill to Eau Rouge for the first time. I'm surrounded by cars, so I want to try and hold as tight a line as possible as we see a green BMW getting all out of shape, and that's the car that I'm going to have to avoid at all costs as we come out of Radillon. This angle should show just how close it was. Keep your eye on the green BMW at the top of the screen. He's going to get out of shape. He clips the wall. Then he gets a nudge and spins out. And I have to take it forward in action. And somehow we just miss him by millimetres. But there was no time for a breather because it got even more chaotic at Les Combes. My attention was diverted by the car that spun off on the inside onto the grass. I was really worried that he was going to rejoin right in front of me, and I just didn't see the car that was right in front of me. And look at that, we threaded our way through both cars by the narrowest of margins. And just when you think we couldn't get any luckier, a couple of corners later it happened again. Watch the car in the foreground run wide on entry, and then when we get around the corner, he's spearing back across the track, and unlucky for the Porsche in front of me, who gets taken right out, but somehow we managed to avoid it and live to fight another day. Next up, we're watching Christie in the Mercedes, and he's going to have a look up the inside here, but he's going to clip the curb and then make contact with the car, and that's going to send him into a spin. And any second now, you're going to see me as part of a 3-wide battle come racing past. There we are. And that dramatic tussle actually came about a couple of corners earlier when Mater in the McLaren ran a little bit wide. He gets into the gravel, and that invited me with the opportunity to charge up the inside. There wasn't much space, but I just about made it stick. There we go past Christie. And then we start the long, fast charge up to that final chicane, and we already lose one car after a nudge from Mater, and then two on the inside. Both make a pass on me, but there's a big contact. And that sends Mater's McLaren absolutely careering into the tyre wall, but somehow he bounces back onto the track, but I don't know what sort of damage he's picked up because he cut right across the track, just misses me. And then when he tries to rejoin again, he's clearly got no steering, and he ends up taking that unfortunate BMW with him. But yeah, an absolutely insane first lap. Let's get back to the live action and see if things settle down at all. Saw Johansson having another sniff up the inside then into the bus stop chicane. Once again, he's thought better of it. And we got a slightly better exit than him, so we've opened up a couple of tenths. I didn't get La Source at all right last lap. Let's try and do it better this time. No, we've made exactly the same mistake and run it in too hot. Run wide on exit. That's surely going to give Johansson the gap he needs to get past. It has done. And I know it's going to slow me down even further here, but I'm going to have to shift down to 4th again just to keep this stable through Eau Rouge. Johansson exceeding track limits there, so he's got a real drive out of Radulon. And look at the car behind again. So much more speed. I think the next lap might be the time when I have to try and take that turn in 5th, because I'm just getting beaten up too much. We're back down to 17th now. We're going backwards. Let's just try and keep with these guys in front, although we might have lost someone on the inside. There's a cloud of dust. And yeah, we have gone up to 16th. There was an Audi parked up on the grass. So we have gained 1 position back at least. Yeah, it was the deliciously named BLT who crashed the Audi. So let's go back and check out the replay and see what happened. He just loses a position on the entry to Les Combes, and he tries the switchback to get it back on the approach to the hairpin by the looks of it, but just gets his timing a bit wrong, nudges the car in front, spins him around, and then moves over to the grass. So I'm guessing he's giving the position back. Oh, and it looks like things might have got a little bit messy in the bus stop chicane for those cars in front, because we've closed right in on them, and one of them has gone down pit lane. So either that's damage or he's got a drive-through penalty. So that's 1 position back at least. We are up to 14th now, and we are a lot closer once again to Zin. And got La Source much better that time too. So a much better start to the lap. I think this is the time when I need to grit my teeth and take Eau Rouge in 5th gear. Wish me luck, boys. Oh, I held my breath for a bit, but we got through okay. And we're carrying a lot more speed. Look at the delta. We're half a second quicker on lap time already. That makes a huge difference. Taking Eau Rouge and Radulon in 5th gear. And look at the delta now, we're almost a second up on our previous best lap, so this is a lot more encouraging. We've already set a 2:25 in the race, which was a second quicker than my qualifying performance, but we're on track to go a second faster again, maybe even more than a second. It's up to 1.3 the delta now, so we are beginning to get faster. Oh, I absolutely love Pujon. It's one of my favourite corners in any sim racer. When you get it right, that flat out exit is an absolute joy. Well, we're putting in a really fast lap time here, but still struggling to keep in touch with these cars in front. I'm hoping Zin will catch up with Matsuka in front of him, because then that'll slow them both down and it'll give me a chance to try and claw back some time. But at the moment, Zin is 1.5 seconds down the road. Look at the delta now. We're almost 2 seconds up on our fastest lap. We're showing real improvement now. Got a bit greedy with the curb on the inside there. That might have cost me a 10th. But let's just try and get this bus stop chicane right. And we're going to post a really decent lap time here. A little bit slidey on exit. Struggling to find some grip. But yeah, 2:24.1. That's 2.5 seconds quicker than what we qualified. I know it's still about 6 seconds slower than the guy on pole position, but we're making progress. And that's the encouraging thing. How are we going to survive Eau Rouge again in 5th? Let's give it a try. That gap to Zin's 1.1 now. Yeah, we got through a lot tidier that time. We didn't exceed track limits. We got a warning the last lap. And the delta is green again, so we're going a little bit faster still. We're building and building. Oh, we've lost one of that pack in the gravel. Looked like a McLaren. So that's given us another position. We're up to 12th now. And we're within a second of Zin. And look at the delta again. We're another half a second up. These lap times are coming down dramatically now as we get a little bit more confidence. Let's see what we can do to push the pressure on Zin. He runs a little bit wide. Again, I don't think it's cost him too much speed, but we might close in an extra tenth or two. It looks like we have 0.6. Oh, and we're even closer now. We're right on his tail. So now's the time to put some pressure on to see if there's a mistake in him. We both run a little bit wide on exit there, but no damage done. And yeah, Zin's missed the apex completely. He's on the gravel, is he? No, he just manages to stay on the tarmac. I thought about having a look, and I've actually just missed my gear shift there, frustratingly. And that's undone all the good work. But yeah, let's go back and take a quick look at the replay and check out the position that we gained earlier in the lap. And the McLaren runs wide into Les Coombs. He tries to get back onto the racing line, but he's all out of shape now. Runs wide again onto the gravel, loses all his drive, and we all race past. We're on for a lap time in the 2:23s if we get this exit right, which we have done. 2:23.6. The lap times are still coming down. We're getting faster with every lap we do around Spa. But it's not helping me close in on Zin again ever since that gear shift mistake. I just stayed in second for too long, lost all my drive. And Zin's taken full advantage. There's a yellow flag out. Have we lost someone ahead? I couldn't see anyone in the barrier, but we've gained a position. So there must have been a big accident at Eau Rouge. Yeah, and checking out the replay, I was absolutely right. There was a big crash, and it was this Porsche making a very similar mistake to the one I made in qualifying. Just took a little bit too much of the curb on the inside. It sends him right off course, but unlike me, he careers into the barrier, and I suspect that's terminal damage. Close right in on Zin through this chicane. This is as close as we've been to him for several laps now. And there's 3 minutes left on the clock, so we're going to get 2 more laps in. So there might still be a chance of battling for a top 10 position here. We're in 11th currently. But we are within a second of Zin. And we've seen he's got a mistake in him, so let's just try. Keep as close as we can. We've lost a little bit of distance on the approach to Eau Rouge. Oh, we've run it a bit too wide there, but we might have just gained 10th position anyway because there was a car parked up on the outside. It looks like we've lost Matsuka. Yeah, Matsuka's Honda became the latest victim of Eau Rouge, and this was almost a carbon copy of my qualifying accident. Just clips the curb, it sends him into a high-speed spin, and although he's able to rejoin fairly unscathed, he's lost several positions as a result. Last lap time then, and I don't think we can do anything about this gap to Zin now, although as I say that, he runs very deep into La Source, so we will gain some time back there. I don't quite know if there's enough time. That gap is still 1.2 seconds, so we're relying on a mistake from Zin, I think, now on this last lap, if we're going to gain any further positions. Not that I'm disappointed with 10th, the top 10 finish, given that I'm such a rookie in ACC. It will certainly be a decent result. It's actually a relief to even be running without damage at all after that first lap. I still don't quite know how we got through that, but we did. And we've had a good race. It's been really enjoyable. I've just noticed the delta, actually. We're almost half a second up again on our fastest lap so far, so those lap times are still coming down. And I tell you what, we might not be able to catch Zin, but if I could finish this race with a lap time in the 2:22s, That would be really satisfying. Qualified with a 2:26.5, I think it was. So if we can finish the race lapping in the 2:22s, we'll have gained 4 seconds a lap just from the experience of this race. Predicted time at the moment is 2:23.1, so we've got a little bit more to do if we want to get into the 2:22s. So the leaders crossed the line and taken the checkered flag. The race is officially over. We just need to hit every apex as smoothly as we can to get into the 2:22s. And yeah, the Delta is suggesting that we've got the pace to do it now. We're predicting a 2:22.5.4 now, so we're really flying. Just got to do everything we can to get this fast left-hander right, not drift too wide. We've done that okay. 2:22.3 is the predicted time. The fireworks are out. Oh, we were just a bit over-enthusiastic into the bus stop chicane, and that's undone all the good work. Actually, we still might get the 2:22. No, we didn't. 2:23.0. But the signs were there nonetheless. I think with a few more laps, I could be a lot more competitive in this combination. But I'm more than happy with a 10th place and a top 10 finish for only my 3rd online race in ACC. So when the classified results came in, it actually looked even better because I finished 8th, and I'm not quite sure how or why. You can see Zin there, who I was chasing, he's up to 7th, but we've obviously lost 2 drivers from the top 10, but I don't quite know who, why or how. I couldn't see anything obvious on the replay, so maybe there's just been a couple of disqualifications, or maybe it's something as simple as 2 drivers quitting the lobby before the race had finished. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys with a bit more ACC experience will be able to explain to me whether this type of thing happens often. But yeah, for now, we'll take 8th place. A fantastic result. So that's it for now, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this look at ACC for a change, and I'll be back later in the week or at the weekend with a new race room video. Cheers for now.